What is going on? So you guys know what time it is. I am putting the Syntropic system to sleep. It's getting towards that time of year. The grass is really going to slow down. This is probably going to be our final cut on the grass and the trees until spring gets here. We've cut all the Mombasa grass back and I'm getting ready to do the interlobium and the large Lucana trees. The system has kind of been neglected over the last few months. I've wanted to make some changes and just hadn't had any time. I have a similar type system design that I'm going to be installing at the new property. Hopefully we get to that in spring. Need to get some nursery space in over there. Still waiting on water, so it's definitely a work in progress. But the grass is looking pretty good. Cassava's looking pretty beat up. We have already had a frost here, so a lot of things, you know, starting to drop their leaves, like the mulberries. Flamingia looks a little bit rough right now. Moringa still looks pretty good. Bananas look a little rough. Some of them even took a little frost damage over there on the far side. And you can see like the mulberries with the yellow leaves. They're fixing to go into dormancy. But probably the last you're gonna see from this until springtime. And hopefully next year we get a new system installed. It has been dry here in Florida. We haven't had a drop of rain since Hurricane Ian came through. Probably been about 4 or 5 weeks. All the grass is kind of starting to go dormant. Super dusty around here right now. And we could use a little rain. But these nitrogen fixtures are huge. Ready to be cut back. I noticed the Lucana is starting to flower. I really like the interlobium. Nice straighter branches, a little better when we coppice them for laying them along those bed edges. Don't have to cut them up as much as you do on the Lucanas, which these ones have the flowers up at the top. Can't really see them. A little bit of like a puffball like flower. All right, got you a little drone footage of the action. I'll pick up the camera again after we hack these trees back. Stay tuned. All right, so I started this video about a week ago before I was going out of town. We were pruning the Syntropic system, talking about what kind of changes, talking about new systems that we're gonna do here on the next property. And I gotta be honest with you, Nick came to me and he's like, we need some more space. I want to get some more market garden in the ground. We started looking around the property. We don't have a lot of space. We're doing that sweet potato area. But as far as full sun goes around here, guys, we're mostly dappled light. I don't have a lot of full sun areas. So there's been a bit of a change here with the what was a Syntropic system that's moving more towards an agroforestry system. Now what I can tell you is I plan on putting grasses down every one of these rows, but for now, we've started tilling. We're gonna till all these rolls in. We're gonna add manure. We're gonna add some compost, and we're giving them some more veg space. And you know, I went against everything I wanted to do with the system here. But to be honest with you guys, you know, other than cassava, mulberries in spring, just starting to get towards avocados, it hasn't produced a lot. It's costing me a lot of time. It's costing a lot of energy to keep this system up. You know, just as a learning experience example. And we needed some more growth space, so this just made the most sense. You know, the veg from the market is going to bring us more in return from cutting the grass and just laying it here on the fruit trees. So I don't want to give up on this grass-fed system. That's why we want to put the vetiver grass probably like 6 to 12 inches apart all the way down every row. This way you can come through, cut, and just lay the grass right into the bed, and it's not taking over the entire row. Also, the vetiver is going to take the cold a lot better than the Mombasa did. This got completely set back in the wintertime. So this had one till on it so far. I think Nick's gonna hit it one more time if this starts to come back up, but we've got more veg area here coming. We're gonna put vetiver, like I said, down the side of every single row along here. Probably start to phase out the cassava in this area. Bananas can stay, loquats can stay. All the avocados, luckily, are on that north end. Those were, you know, set to be the bigger trees here in the future, but you know, in a typical Syntropic system, that placenta one, they will grow veg inside the rows. You know, that's a kind of a very common practice. Now, a Syntropic system is supposed to be a grass-fed system. So like I said, we're kind of moving away from 100% grass-fed, even though we're still going to have the grass-fed on the rows. And this is moving more towards a agroforestry system now. Might end up taking out a couple of other things in here, just like the chaya. We've had plenty of room to grow chaya. Those do good in the shade. Anything that might be kind of taking away from that area for growing more veg. But this is still really, really compacted, sanded soils. So, you know, do that one-time till initially. Once this goes to sleep, you know, we start getting into springtime. I think we're gonna end up putting a different variety of sweet potatoes in every row. So we've got, we've got 6 rows, we've got 7 rows of trees, but actually 6 rows of beds, so we could grow 6 different varieties of sweet potatoes, and did a lot better sweet potatoes this year than we expected, and probably got closer to 500 pounds with our uglies, and those will be going to market here soon also. So Syntropic, gone agroforestry with annual vegetables in the rows. Little bit of a change. Stay tuned. I still want to do a couple of other systems at the new property. We're waiting to get water out there. We're waiting to get a well. Still dealing with crazy problems with the county. Nothing is easy, and the fact that I have water here, the fact that I already have this set up, the fact that this is already within 50 foot of where we're growing veg, it just made the most sense for that expansion. So we still want to do a plot at the other property this year. Still planting that sweet potato plot out, but needed some space in the meantime where we had water, so this just made the most sense. So there's your update. Some things have changed around here a little bit. More veg coming at you. You guys are gonna have to stay tuned. Get out there and pound some dirt. It's 2022. Grow food.